Welcome everybody to tonight's Rocket League action between LVC and SHU. One moment, I'm trying to get our opponents into the lobby. Sorry everybody, a little bit of technical difficulties. But as soon as it is resolved, we will jump in. So we will be right back.
Of saxophone madness.
We should be good to go now. I'm gonna flip us over this way. And we should have our boys jumping in on the other side, and we're off to the races. One second while I get some other things set up. Seton Hill taking an early lead. That's exciting. Yeah, that's very nice. It's exactly what we want to see. And hopefully we can keep it up. All right, now I can cast. Second kickoff of the game. Makes it deep into the backfield of the Seton Hill defense. And now it's off of the backboard. As long as Charlie's able to get a touch on this, it's going to be taking up the wall and out of danger, but they intercept it. It's coming back towards the middle of the field. It's off the backboard. Where's the follow-up? He goes wide with it. And now we have team bumps coming through, and that might go in. It's off the post, and then the ricochet finds one of the members of LVC, and they tie the game. They should be able to clean this up. Demo comes through. It's unfortunate. Charlie could have followed up on that ball potentially, but now Russ is going to have the ball. Gets it past one. Now there's challenging, puts it into the corner. Striker's going to be able to get an opportunity at this one. Russ doesn't have any boost, so he should allow Charlie to take this one, but the ball goes to the other side of the field. Blaze cuts off Charlie. takes the ball to the other side of the field. Charlie doesn't have any boost, so Russ, also with no boost, is going to try to take the ball downfield. Air dribble attempt from one of the members of LVC. Challenge comes out, but his teammate follows it up in a poor way, and the ball goes deep, and the shot comes through. It doesn't quite make it to the back of the net. Another follow-up is coming, but that one gets deflected as well. The 50 towards the backboard. And now small touches is the name of the game. The challenge comes through, but the bump allows Charlie to have a bunch of space, and it's just a free goal. The rotation comes through perfectly, takes out the attacking member of LVC, and from downtown, Seton Hill is able to score their second. Oh, he saved his own teammate's shot. He's got to be kicking himself for that one. 3 minutes left in game one. Seton Hill has a narrow lead, but they have a bunch of boosts to their name at the moment. Charlie gets a touch towards midfield. One of the members flips over it, and it's just going to find the way into the net, just as slowly as can be. Big touch from both of those players on the field, but it sends it directly to the sidewall, and now it still hasn't really left that spot. It traveled a while, but it just ended up in the same place that it was to begin with. Charlie might be the one to take this one. Decides to take it low off the ground, but it's read extremely easily by Sammy's. Don't know if he was going to still have his flip by the time that ball made it in front of the goal. Either way, we try to clear it early so he doesn't even get the chance to think about it. Charlie gets it over one. He gets bumped off the ball though, and nobody's quite here to follow up on it. Blaze tries to come off the sidewall to meet the ball in the air. However, it's not the angle that he wanted it to be. Russ doesn't have a whole lot to do with this ball. This could be a very good opportunity for LVC. They have the boost, they have the members, and they just sneak one in the back corner behind the Seton Hill defenders, taking us to a 1-goal lead. They're closing the gap. Nice control of the ball. Gets it all the way to the backboard of Seton Hill. We were sitting there for quite a while, just waiting to see what he did, rather than somebody going out and challenging him. Russ now has a bit of boost, gets it past one, bumps the second, touching it in the middle for one of his teammates, and challenging the third. Still, though, LVC are the ones that came out of that play with the ball. Charlie now trying to get something going downfield, but the ball gets taken away, and it's a big touch. The double tap doesn't come through, but the follow-up from the players are still there off the crossbar. And then Russ, big touch downfield. If he puts this in the back of the net, that could very easily be game. Striker going to have to intercept this ball in our corner to keep them from any scoring opportunity. Team pinch sends it back into the wall that it just came from. 50 seconds left. LVC looking for a goal. Crazy challenge results in a double touch off the wall. Very unpredictable touches. Bump comes through, keeping that player from getting the double tap that he was looking for off the backboard. Striker tries to get the ball past the defender, does not quite get it over there. Doesn't get the pinch off the wall he was looking for either, I believe because he ran out of boost. Now LVC scrambling. At least I thought they were scrambling, but maybe this is exactly where they wanted to be. 15 seconds left if the score stays the same. Seton Hill walk away with game one. Ball gets cleared out to the side. And I'm hoping from here on out, Seton Hill. That could have easily gone to overtime. That we got super lucky right there. Oh boy. All right. I'm hoping as this series goes on, the boys warm up into it, because this was closer than I wanted it to be. All right, I'll update this over here. Why is this taking a while? This is weird. What? I'm gonna hit spectate here, and then I will be right back, everybody. All right, I'm back. I made sure everything was okay in the other room. And right when I come back, I see that we've scored another goal. So that's perfect. Let's keep that up. Just keep doing that. Just keep scoring the ball. That's all you have to do. Russ has the ball, looking for a 50. Doesn't quite get a 50, and Blaze is going to have to carry this one off to the corner. Gets it over one, might get it past another. He does. Off the corner now, but Blaze doesn't have any boost. Russ turns back into the ball, but this is going to be gathered. Now it's all up to Charlie. He gets the touch off to the side, trying to keep it out of danger. And this center makes it over the teammate that could have taken over for this. Quick touch over that defender. Pinch, not as powerful as he might have wanted. Gets a demo. And if this were to be on target, it would have been a goal. We have one up in the air. Other members of Seton Hill ready to back him up. That's into the middle, but it's not what we were looking for. Russ going to turn on this again, potentially. Now it has to be Charlie. It looked like we didn't have faith in Russ to be able to get another challenge. And LVC are able to capitalize on it. Ooh, that would have been a great scoring opportunity, but we were just a bit too close to each other in the rotation. That's going to be off the backboard pretty nicely. It bounced down. One of the members of LVC should have been there. It's going to be backboard again. This is up to Tarts. Tarts gets the touch that puts it off to the side. I believe Blaze went for the ball. Not going to get anything. Charlie went up as well. and whiffs completely. Russ looking to get something. Now Blaze has to make it to this ball, or else this is going to find the back of the net. And we have no such luck. Comes off the backboard, and they sink it. LVC go up 1 goal in game 2. Is this doing what I think it's doing? There it goes. Okay. Sorry, everybody. I forgot my controller, and I'm trying to figure out the camera control with mouse and keyboard. Ooh, big touchdown field that actually comes off of one of the members of LVC, and Charlie's just going to pick it right out of the sky, or I guess right before it hits the ground, to tie this one back up. Kickoff looks like it's favorable for LVC. Nobody's able to turn on it quite yet. Charlie's on the ball looking for a 50, and it's going to make it past 2 of the members of Seton Hill. Russ doing everything he can to not allow that to go past him without any consequences. Blaze puts his back up into the defensive third of LVC, and it's going to be on them to decide how it gets taken care of. Blaze tries to get it past one. He eventually does, but the second member of LVC takes this ball all the way to half field. Again, off of the sidewall. The flip takes it all the way to the backboard. Charlie trying to do something defensively with the ball. Going to have to boost back down towards this one. Almost gets it over another defender. He catches it on the ground. LVC looking for bumps. Going to send him off wildly. Oh, the challenge from Russ was interesting and made them awkward at the very least. Big touch from Blaze off the sidewall. That was almost an own goal from LVC. Oh, Blaze doesn't jump, and they just take that ball for free. And it almost results in us getting scored on with less than a minute left in the game. Good challenge. Good bounce in our favor. It's off the backboard. We need to make contact with this ball. Charlie is there, calm and collected on the goal line. Russ gets in there. He gets bumped by another. The challenge comes through, and it is a bit in our favor, but we need a clean strike, a purposeful shot at net in these situations. That gets over one, but the bump takes him away from the ball. He no longer had control of it after that. Flip reset off the ceiling. He does not get the touch, and this could be the moment that Seton Hill was looking for. I don't know where our third is. He's right there, but nobody is going to be in a position to follow that touch up. Ball is taken away from the backboard, and it makes contact with the ground. We're in overtime. No way. I mean, anybody that's played Rocket League, you've been there. It's unfortunate. All right. We got our screenshot and everything. We're good to go. Game 3, and everybody, this is a best of 7. And for the third game in a row, Seton Hill comes in with a very early goal. I don't know what it is these boys are doing on kickoff that's allowing them to get these goals like in the first 10 seconds of every game. But let's keep it up. Keep doing whatever that is. That was an attempt just testing the keeper pretty much. That's hard off the sidewall, but there's too many members of LVC for the third member, Charlie, to get up there and try to rip a shot at that net. This ball makes it past at least two members of LVC, making them backtrack very heavily. Charlie's gonna go up, but I don't know if he's gonna make it to the ball. He doesn't quite make it there. Russ is all the way back, ready for this ball, and Striker gets demoed, so Charlie's going to have to take up the slack here. Gets a touch, does not quite get the other one, but he at the very least gets a 50. Striker's shooting on his own net. I don't know what he's doing. Russ is able to get this out. Blaze not trusting his teammates. Goes up into the air as well. Hard off the backboard. Not quite able to make it there for the shot. The demo comes through as well, which is unfortunate. And then the team bump comes through because he spawns on this side right in front of him. Charlie gets this touch, and then the follow-up touch from the member of LVC sends it all the way in the corner. Not able to do anything with that ball off of the ceiling either. Doesn't get the touch right here, and the boys' boost is starting to dwindle. They're not making it out to these pads, or grabbing small pads for that matter. Striker tries to get that touch off of the backboard, does not quite do it, or maybe he decides against it. It's hard to tell. Gets another touch. Charlie's going to put this one into the middle, doesn't have any boost. Striker takes their boost. LVC tries to clear it to the other side of the field to find some space for the defensive plays. And I think that was Striker sitting up underneath the ball for no reason when Charlie had a clean hit coming up from the back. Either way, Seton Hill is still in the lead at the moment. They're able to get this touch away from any attacking members that were in the air, but it just gets sent back to the corner that it was in and gives LVC another center at the ball. Oh, the miss right there is unlucky. And I don't know where he came from, but he almost saved that ball. A bit of a weird rotation there. Nobody really like making that rotation from back post to front post, and nobody taking that back post space to fill it. Like really just sitting on the back wall, confusing his own teammates. And I think a lot of the issue, or another issue that stems and pops up from that, is a goal in the back of the net, is going around and getting the boost. Like the rotation isn't wide enough, or somebody's not breaking off or finding the time to get the boost, which leads to people being like, you got it, no, I got it, no, you're supposed to get it, and just pointing fingers rather than somebody just nutting up and taking this ball. That's a back pass from LVC. Charlie's going to be up. He might have gotten called off there. I wouldn't be surprised if he got called off. That's centered for LVC. Seton Hill trailing 1 goal, and they're going to need to find at least 1 to take us to overtime. Ooh, Tarts gets it up towards the net. They're all very close together. And Charlie looking to squeak that one in between the post and some of the members of LVC. Doing it again, almost an identical spot, just a little bit higher. Striker doesn't have the greatest touch. Gets it past one. Russ is there, but he gets met by one of the LVC defenders. Charlie gets a touch that puts it on the sidewall. Striker now, big touch towards the midfield. Could have been a 1v1, but the ball gets cleared with a big touch back towards the Seton Hill half. Striker's up, but the ball gets over him. Striker not going to be able to make another touch on this ball. Charlie, big touch upfield towards Striker. If that had connected, it would have been a beautiful play, but the ball just did not have pace on it, and because of it, whoo! Ball's in the air. It's going back down towards that same member of LVC, and if we don't get this ball on a wall or in the air, it's going to be game 3 going to LVC. And that's game 3. Rotational errors, team bumping, not getting boost, people riding up the ball side wall rather than going back post. Bunch of errors from the Seton Hill squad. Really breaking down their own defensive play, leading them to lose that one. But we carry on. Again, this is a best of 7, so you need 4 games to win. Seton Hill is halfway there, and LVC just got there first. Why is this happening? Like, nobody's having ping issues or anything like that, at least from what I have seen. So, I don't know why the lobby keeps closing after a couple of these games. Ooh, LVC almost looking like they're going to be the ones to take that early goal in this game. Tarts doesn't quite get the challenge. That's off the backboard. Striker misses. That was headed towards an upper 90. And we need somebody to make contact with this ball. What is going on there, buddy? We don't need this. It's not going to make it in front of the net in a dangerous way. But we're still following up on it. Offensive rotation still looking good. This is going to be a big touch from LVC, and Charlie's going to have to do something with it to get it out from in front of the net. LVC takes our boost from our back left corner. Nobody there able to take the shot from them, and Tarts gets the follow-up, but he's bumped hard against that sidewall, then demoed by another player. Striker gets a touch past one, but his teammate is there to follow it up. We don't have somebody here rotated up because we're still regaining our rotation after the demo. Blaze is able to collect the ball, and he collects it again as well as gets a demo there. But with boost, this player looking to get a touch. Where is everybody? Another demo comes through. We were very lucky not to get scored on right there. I don't know what's going on with the nerves of the Seton Hill boys, but they get demoed a couple times and everything collapses. Big touch off the backboard. The touch from Seton Hill keeps that ball from being double tapped. They went for the prediction on that touch, and they end up just getting the demo, leaving the ball behind completely. Tarts now with a clear upfield. And somebody's going to have to make the save. There's Blaze. Looking for a bump there. The third man from Seton Hill is going to have to make the play here. He doesn't have boost. Why does nobody ever have boost? Big touch. Makes it back to the corner. Charlie going to try to make an attempt at it. Demo comes through. Smokescreen doesn't do a whole lot for LVC. But it does keep us from scoring the first goal of Game 4. Miscommunication there. I don't know who it was, but somebody tried to jump for that ball when they didn't have to. And the shot comes through, does not make it under the crossbar. I don't think this one's going to make it either, as LVC takes it over to the left side. Flip reset, and he just takes it from coast to coast off his backboard and scores the first goal of Game 4. We're not quite able to make it up to this ball. I don't know why we're double committing so many times. Striker backflips. Nerves might be getting to him. Almost gets that ball into the back of the net. Another double commit. These were things that we were working on in the previous practices throughout the week. And now it's just all collapsed for whatever reason. This is an attempt from Charlie. Almost gets it past him. Cut. No, somebody should be here, but he gets demoed. The demo comes through and it was huge. And another one. Charlie going to have to be the one to take this one, but he gets bumped again right afterwards. And nobody's there to defend that ball. Wish I could turn my camera to see what was going on. Less than a minute, and Seton Hill has to scrounge up 2 goals. Nice. Striker going for something that he really didn't need to go for. Big clear. Striker gets a big touchdown field. Does Charlie have the speed? No, the member of the LVC is going to beat him there. Oh, and Blaze has another miss. This one's looking like it's going to tie up the series for LVC. All right, I need to get this screenshot. Badoo. All right, this is now a best of 3. And whoever takes 2 matches or 2 games out of the next 3 will take the match. I don't know why it is taking so long. Charlie had boost, was able to make it to the ball. This member of LVC doesn't have boost, but we miss. And I don't know if the stress is starting to get to the Seton Hill boys, but they are playing unlike themselves. Good touch from Striker. Makes it over, but it's straight into the middle of the net where their defender is. Nobody is there to take this shot that made contact with the backboard. Charlie now trying to cut it back behind this member of LVC. Does not quite have that luck. Big touch downfield. Charlie should be able to gather this one up easily, but he goes at it from a very strange angle. Fake, but he's able to stay around and challenge it. Makes it to the backboard. And a very slick shot tries to come through from Charlie. There's just no space for the ball to make it between the defender and that post. Big touch downfield. Could be something coming from here, especially after that demo comes through. Charlie gets the ball. It's not out of danger though. And Charlie just sets it up for LVC to spike it down. Doesn't take it either direction. Just goes straight up into the air. LVC take the lead in game 5. Two members of Seton Hill are up. And getting a bit of team bumping as well. Nice save from Blaze. And Tarts ends up trying to go for that boost, but he doesn't, or the ball. He doesn't have any boost to his name though. Big clearance, tries to come out from Charlie, but he gets stuffed into his own net right afterwards, and we clear it straight back to the person who just shot it at us to allow him to take another shot. The fake comes through, and LVC make it look easy. The moment he sees both players leave the ground, he knows he's free to do whatever he wants with the ball. I have no idea what that was. That was just inexcusable. He's here as if the ball was just automatically going to be his. He just forgets that the goal is even there at all. Nice kickoff from Russ. Gets the ball deep downfield. Charlie now trying to get this ball into a spot that can be scored from. But since we're waiting on the ground for this ball to come to us, LVC are always going to beat us to it. And this might just be another goal for LVC, and it is. A complete collapse of the rotation and possibly the communication from the Seton Hill squad. Flip reset comes through, and LVC, again, make it look extremely easy. Man, if Seton Hill keep playing like this throughout the rest of the season, our playoff chances are not looking great. Charlie gets the challenge. He's still on the ball. Striker gets a demo. Not even sure where that player was. Big touch downfield. Tarts is probably going to be the one responsible for it, but Blaze still goes for it either way. And at this point, the rest of this game should just be damage control, which we should have been doing for quite a while. We're gonna find one, and hopefully that's some momentum going into Game 6. Yeah, they have no reason to rush at all. That's a decent pass. It's straight to one of the members of LVC, but I mean, it's better than what we've been doing in the past 2 games. This one's going to go in the books for LVC, and Seton Hill's going to have to win 2 back-to-back, like they did in the beginning of this series, to be able to, I mean, take this series. Yeah, LVC is now on match point. All they need to do is take one more game, and the series is done and belongs to them. It's now or never. Gonna take this moment to update some scores. Guess the challenge. We get the follow-up from our own teammates. Charlie gets a touch back into the corner. Doesn't quite get the second 50, but Russ is here. Now it should be Blaze. He's got the ball, but nobody on this side has boost. Russ able to collect this. Wait a minute. What? That boost was there. Must just be a spectator thing. Blaze has boost now. Russ going to take this. It's going to be a big touch off of the sidewall. This one is at net, but there are 2 members of LVC there. And the demo comes through, and it might mess up the rotation from the Seton Hill boys. Off the backboard. We're crashing the net. Russ is there. Does not quite find it. Charlie almost gets it in, but there's another member of LVC there. 50 gets over 1. Striker doesn't get it over anybody, but the ball is still here in this corner. No boost on Russ. He's going to be... What is going on with the spectator? This boost is like really throwing me off. Big bump. Does not hit the corner to bounce more into the center for the Seton Hill squad. Team bumps coming through from LVC. Big touch. This could be it. Not quite though. It's going back at our net, and it's just in. Nobody ends up rotating out. Blaze, instead of rotating out, is still sitting in the middle of the field and never even attempts to go back towards the net. Kickoff gets hit wildly off out to the side, and we are bumping each other over the boosts and the ball. This is not what we need in this game 6, boys. We need to bring it in and play together. Shot at net. Blaze just barely able to get that one out. Tarts helps get it out of danger. Charlie's still on the ball. He's following up. Potentially going to get a bump or a demo or something. Striker now with the ball. Hits the corner. It's dangerously in the middle. And this could be a scoring opportunity if somebody were able to find their way to that ball. This one's out in the middle again, but I think the LVC players just got time. He knows that he can do whatever with the ball. Oh, and we just narrowly get this out of our net. This could be a breakaway opportunity, but the boost is being snagged by the LVC members. Tarts gets the touch. It makes it to the backboard. Charlie's up. Doesn't have a lot of boost. And now Blaze is going to have to collect this ball in our back. He gets demoed. Tarts gets a touch. It's bouncing into the middle. That touch is going to hit backboard. Who's going to get there first? Blaze gets there first. Takes it off to the side. It's going to cross all the way to the other side of the field, and Blaze is still going for it for some reason. This ball's not making it into the net, but it went clear across. The boys have to find a goal to keep the series alive. Blaze gets a touch off to the side. LVC going for bumps. They're low on boost and they're close to the net. One big touch would make it over the entire lineup, but Blaze is in the way. I think one of his teammates was there to clear the ball, but Blaze was just parked in the path that they would have had to drive. Double commit from the Seton Hill boys. They're going to have to rotate out quickly for somebody to be there for a potential shot. Gets cleared out. They're looking for a demo here. Flick. Gets it over one. Might have another challenge. Hits backboard. We're going to have to get onto this one. 20 seconds left. If the Seton Hill boys don't find something here, it's going to be done for the series. They're not able to beat them to the ball right there. And I don't know what that was, but that's going to be the nail in the coffin probably. And LVC are going to take this series. That's it. That's it for the series, everybody. That's going to put Seton Hill 3-2 on the season so far. And we will be back next week with more Rocket League action. Friday, there will be Overwatch, and I think it's going to start at 8 o'clock. So if you guys are around to watch that, I will be here. Until then, we will see you next time. Bye.